Hello everyone. We are in the second chapter from the physics portion, and the name of the chapter is Human Eye and Colorful World. And from this chapter we have already discussed about the topic like parts of human eye and three different types of eye defect. Now from this chapter the next topic is refraction of light through a prism. So under this topic we are going to discuss how the white light gets splitted into 7 colors, just like rainbow. Now first let us know about the shape of a prism. So prism looks like this. So there are altogether 5 surfaces, and out of 5, 3 surfaces are rectangular in shape and 2 surfaces are triangular in shape. So triangular surfaces are here. This is the first one and this is the second. And the rectangular surfaces are, this is the first rectangular surface, this is the second rectangular surface, and we have one more rectangular surface at the bottom. So altogether there are 5 surfaces, 3 rectangular and 2 triangular. But in our copy or in the book we see the shape of a prism like a triangle only. So a prism has 2 triangular bases and 3 rectangular lateral surfaces. And here these are the 3 rectangular lateral surfaces, and the angle between any two of the lateral surface we call it angle of prism. So here this angle is called the angle of prism and is represented by capital A. So here we define angle of prism as the angle between its two lateral faces. Now let us discuss about how a ray of light changes its path after passing through a prism. So first let us draw a prism. So this ABC, it represents a prism, and we consider a ray of light incident on the side AB of the prism. So this PQ represents the incident ray. The first refraction occurs here, where a ray of light is traveling from rare medium to denser medium. So in order to draw the refracted ray, we first draw a normal, and the angle between the normal and the incident ray we call it angle of incidence, which is represented by I. And as the ray is traveling from rare medium to denser medium, it bends towards the normal, and the angle between the normal and the refracted ray we call it angle of refraction, and this ray we call it refracted ray. And again this refracted ray at this point it suffers second refraction, where this ray is traveling from denser medium to rare medium. So here also we draw a second normal, and let us represent the angle between the refracted ray and the second normal by R2. Then we draw emergent ray RS. So as the ray is traveling from denser to rare medium, it bends away from the normal. The angle between the emergent ray and the second normal we call it angle of emergence, and it is represented by small e. And when we produce this emergent ray backward here, it meets the direction of incident ray at the point M, making an angle D with the direction of incident ray. So this angle we call it angle of deviation, and it is represented by capital D. Now here we define angle of deviation as the angle between the direction of incident ray, so this is the direction of incident ray, and the emergent ray, this is the emergent ray. So this angle of deviation gives how much the path of the ray has been deviated from the actual path after refraction. Now let us discuss about dispersion of white light by a glass prism. So when sunlight is passed through a glass prism, the glass prism splits the sunlight into 7 colors, and the 7 colors will be seen on the screen. So first let us draw a prism, and then we consider a white light incident on the prism. And here, as soon as this white light enters the prism, it gets split into 7 colors. And the name of the 7 colors are violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange and red. So red will be on the top and violet will be on the bottom. And this phenomena of splitting of white light into 7 colors, we call it dispersion of light. Now here we define dispersion of light as when white light is passed through a glass prism, it splits into its 7 constituent colors to form a band of 7 colors. This phenomena is known as dispersion. And the band of 7 colors that we get here is known as spectrum. And here we define spectrum as the band of 7 colors formed due to dispersion of white light is called spectrum. Now here is one question. Why spectrum is formed when white light is passed through a glass prism? So just now we have discussed about the dispersion of white light, where we have seen white light is split into 7 colors after passing through a glass prism. So the question is, why is white light gets split into 7 colors? What is the reason behind it? And the answer for this question is, each color of white light has a definite wavelength and they travel through a glass prism with different speed. As a result, each color deviates at different angles to form spectrum. So as there are 7 colors within white light, so all the 7 colors have different wavelength. And all the 7 colors also travel within the prism with different speed. Because of the variation of the speed, each color they deviated by different angles. And as a result, a spectrum is formed. And the second thing that we have noticed in dispersion is red is least deviated color and violet is most deviated color. So red color is on the top in the spectrum and violet color is at the bottom. So what is the reason behind it? The reason is the violet color has the shortest wavelength. So because of this, the violet color travels very slowly inside the prism than the red color. As the red color has longer wavelength and the speed of the red color inside the prism is more. So because of this, The red color is least deviated while the violet color is most deviated color. Now the next question is, describe an experiment to show that white light consists of 7 colors. So how we can prove that white light consists of 7 colors? So through an experiment we need to describe. Take two identical prism P1 and P2. So we need to take two prisms P1 and P2 such that the second prism is kept upside down with respect to the first prism. So this second prism is kept upside down with respect to the first prism. Allow a narrow beam of white light to fall on the first prism. So here we allow a white light to pass through the first prism. So when the light is passed to the first prism splits the white light into 7 colors, the red color on the top and violet color at the bottom. The second prism receives these 7 color and recombine them into white light. So what the second prism does is, it receives these 7 colors which is split by the prism 1 and combine these 7 color into white light. So here the 7 colors will be combined, and from the other side of the second prism, this side, we see again the white light. So this was the experiment done by the Isaac Newton. So this observation gave Newton the idea that the sunlight is made up of 7 colors. Now the next topic is formation of rainbow. So we are very much familiar about the rainbow. In the rainbow also there are 7 colors. And the formation of rainbow is same as the process of dispersion of light. Now let us understand how the rainbow is formed. Now first let me define rainbow as a natural spectrum appearing in the sky after rain shower. So rainbows are mostly seen in the sky after the rain shower. Now let us discuss how the rainbow is formed. Rainbow is caused by dispersion of sunlight by tiny water droplets present in the atmosphere. So after the rain shower, obviously there will be tiny water droplets present in the air. And this water droplets acts like a small prism. So just like prism splits the sunlight into 7 colors, this water droplets which is present in the air, it splits the sunlight into 7 colors. So they refract and disperse the incident sunlight, then reflect it internally and finally refract it again when it comes out of the raindrops, and the 7 color reach the eye of observer in the form of rainbow. So each droplet of water, it splits the sunlight into 7 colors. So here this is the water droplet and the sunlight is entering. So here the first refraction occurs. It splits the white light into 7 colors, and at this point the 7 colors suffers reflection, and again these 7 colors suffers refraction here, and these colors will be seen by the observer. So this is how the rainbow is formed. Now the last topic for the discussion is atmospheric refraction. So under this topic we are going to discuss how the rays of light coming from the sun or any other stars gets refracted when it enters the atmosphere of the earth. So under this heading, we are going to discuss the first topic, that is twinkling of stars. At night, when we look up the sky, we see the stars twinkling. So the reason behind it is stars twinkle due to atmospheric refraction of starlight. As the stars are far away, the rays of starlight on entering the Earth's atmosphere undergoes refraction continuously before it reaches the Earth's surface. Due to this, the apparent position of the star fluctuates and the amount of starlight entering the eye flickers. So, sometimes the star appears brighter and at some other time fainter. Thus, the star twinkle. So now, in order to understand, let us consider the Earth's surface. So this represents the Earth's surface, and we consider a star which is very far away from us. And on the surface of the Earth, let us consider a boy who is watching at the star. Now, as we already know that Earth's surface is covered by a layers of atmosphere. The nearest layer is called the troposphere. Then after troposphere, we get stratosphere, ionosphere, and exosphere. And the density of the air decreases as we move upwards from the surface of the earth. So because of this decreasing density, the refractive index of the medium increases in this order. So the refractive index for the air which lies in the troposphere will be greater than the other layers. So because of this increasing refractive index, the ray of light coming from this star will not follow the straight path. It will be bent or curved. But when the observer sees the star, for him, the position of this star will not be here. He will see the star somewhere here. So this is the false position of the star. So this position of the star we call it apparent star position. This is the actual position, but due to refraction of light, he will see the star somewhere here. So there is change in position. So because of this change in position, the amount of light coming from the star will sometimes be brighter and sometimes be fainter. And because of this reason only, we see the stars twinkling. Now the next topic to be discussed under atmospheric refraction is advanced sunrise and delayed sunset. During sunrise, due to atmospheric refraction, the image of the sun is formed slightly above the horizon. So at morning, the sun appears 2 minutes before the actual sunrise. So here let me consider a diagram. So this is the earth and this line represents the horizon. So which separates the surface of the earth and the sky. Now, when the sun is below the horizon, the rays of light coming from the sun will undergo refraction and will bend towards the earth's surface. And because of this atmospheric refraction, the observer on the surface of the earth will see this sun above the horizon. So actually the position of the sun is this, but due to atmospheric refraction, the sun will be seen above the horizon. So this position of the sun, we call it apparent position. So although the sun is below the horizon, the observer on the earth's surface will see the sun above the horizon. So this is called advanced sunrise. And similarly, during sunset also, due to the atmospheric refraction, the image of the sun is formed slightly above the horizon. So at evening, the sun is visible to us about 2 minutes after the actual sunset. And at the evening time also, although the sun has crossed the horizon, but we can see that due to atmospheric refraction, the sun is above the horizon. So the sunset is delayed for 2 minutes. So this is about atmospheric refraction.